Astrobot was born from Playroom VR, a free add-on for VR at the beginning of its birth, and this is one of the small sections of demo they had it within the game. Thankfully, Sony have realised what they've got on their hand and listened to the fans and have created something bigger than just as a whole its own standalone game with no add-on games around it, and it's brilliant. Any VR player who enjoys gaming and enjoys Mario and its platforms of that same ilk should have this in their library. First things first, it's controller operated, so there's no need for the wands and it requires you just to sit down, which importantly helps for the players who get VR sickness, or as others will call it, motion sickness. You shouldn't get to that point you feel ill in this game, bar maybe the odd 1%, but that's the ones who just can't do VR full stop. For everyone else, this is a perfect introduction, especially for anybody who's 12 up, just to enjoy what VR can bring. So, all that aside, this game in my eyes is brilliant, and trophy hunters will have a well-earned platinum, as it's in the low to medium difficulty spectrum, only because of the challenge levels you unlock. Some of those levels are tricky and a pain in the arse. So with the platformers I've alluded to, the gameplay is exactly that of standard. You jump, you punch, you hover, and you interact with a vibrant linear level design. It's well crafted that sometimes you do stop and admire the creativity woven through every aspect. You aren't just spectator to the fun either, as you help Astrobot by not only controlling him, but using abilities given to you via the touchpad. So shurikens, miniguns and water cannons all add to the puzzles and the fun without it being an ugly gimmick. Also there's the torch, which they kind of took off from Playroom VR for the Ghostbuster game, and there's just various little gimmicks, as well as the main control pad, where sometimes you might have to headbutt a piece of wood or someone firing something back at you. So they're the gimmicky bits, but the control pad stuff is spot on and well designed within the game that actually helps you and has a real purpose to gameplay. Enemies are basic, they have little subtle touches to keep you on your toes, and the bosses have fun ways of adding what you have learned to defeat them. Apart from that though, this is more designed about having fun rather than being overly difficult. It's just trying to get you to enjoy yourself, switch off a bit and just take in what's being built in front of you. Along the way also you'll be collecting coins, which at your home base there is a toy machine where you do a claw collects the balls for you, and it interacts with scenery that you can then interact with on your home with all the bots that you've rescued in the game. With that, to keep you interested in the levels, there is 8 hidden bots to come and collect, and you have to collect all of them in the game, including the challenges, to get your platinum. Also, each level has a chameleon, and he's hidden, and when you find him, he unlocks a new challenge bonus level that's separate from the game that you have to complete also. As you're playing through, you'll notice that this has really had some love poured into it. They've really started to think outside the box, and they've clearly taken other people's ideas on platformers and integrated it with some new fresh takes, and it really steps up right up there for platformers in general. For its limited graphical design anyway, as it's VR, it really is high end. It's not going to be smooth around the edges because of what it is, but overall what is created here, you can't really get any better on VR for now, and that is something that it's not difficult to say because most VR games aren't that great, but this has actually stepped up and actually gives it a worthwhile effort, along the lines of maybe Moss, but there's at least 10 times more game here to actually play, and there's a solid length to gameplay in general. The biggest part to all this game that brings everything together is the soundtrack. It is catchy, it is bold, and it works well with every level. It makes you feel that you're involved in a very surreal, fun environment. Even when you got the little nuances of death with some of the Astrobots who are just skeletons, they're just little side things, but overall the music, the sound effects create this world and actually brings you properly into the game, and it really makes everything so much fun. I have sometimes some of these tunes have been stuck in my head, that's how good they are. With the PS5 reveal, Astrobot looks like he's getting another adventure, and rightly so. This has the potential to be Sony's Mario rival for a new generation. In the right hands, this could really work, and it looks like Studio Japan have got the credentials to do such a thing. If it's VR, it will be brilliant bonus, but if this is not VR, this really could find a footing in the community. So each way, it's going to work and be great. For this, it's a 5 out of 5 without question. This is an all-round, nice, polished VR game, and if you've got VR, you should at least try it, and you should hopefully enjoy it. Hope you liked the video. Give me a like, subscribe and feedback.